Because I really love to.
Welcome back everybody to another episode of the GC Informer. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. And because Max did a cock-up yesterday, there was no news, but let's work with what I've got here. We'll start today by talking about Fortnite, a game we bring up quite a lot on this channel, but it is doing a few newsworthy things. Today though, I'm going to talk about the Battle Royale online multiplayer free-to-play thing that they did, and there has been a massive wave of bans of people who are cheating. Now, because this mode is PvP, that is completely understandable that they'd want to crack down on this kind of thing. And in a statement, Epic said that they were trying to tackle both the players who are cheating and the the people who make the cheats themselves. This statement also claimed that their bans were in the thousands, and that's not surprising when you consider that over 1 million people downloaded the game when it was first released in this sort of free-to-play Battle Royale state. So yeah, there's going to be some cheaters, and apparently there were quite a few, but they are being tackled, which is nice to see. I mean, you get it a lot in Valve all the time, but some games just don't bother to tackle it, and GTA 5 looking at you, because you're terrible. You don't know what you're doing with it. It's just awful. Still, nice to see. Good, moving on. Star Wars Battlefront 2 Volume 2, that's what I'm going to start calling it, has released its multiplayer beta for everybody. Starting today and going on for presumably the next few days, if not a week or so, you will be able to play Star Wars Battlefront 2's multiplayer beta on all platforms for free. This has been online for the past 2 days for early pre-order people and those who ordered like a 10p little card in game in the UK. Some stores were giving out a little 10p card and to give you early access to the multiplayer beta, which I find pretty damn funny. But yes, you can now play the beta. It costs nothing, doesn't cost anything. It takes up 22 gigabytes of space on PC, 15 gigabytes on PS4, and 13 on Xbox One. But that's a lot on PC just for a multiplayer beta. I'm gonna pick it up, to be honest. I want to try it. I want to see what it's like. Hopefully it's got more depth than the first one. I'm hoping so, but I'll have to wait and see. Psychonauts 2 is getting its first playable that you can actually, like, I think early backers can get a version of it to play, but it's, you know, actual gameplay. In a video on the YouTube channel, I think it was Psychonauts YouTube channel, you can watch Tim Schafer and the project lead play through a section of the game. It's like a very open-ended section, and it's this big sort of canyon area, and shows off quite a lot of the mechanics that they've been dealing with, and it's put a lot of faith in this game for me that wasn't previously there. Not that I thought it was going to be bad, obviously, but you know, it's a sequel to a very, very good game, so you're kind of pessimistic about it. But I said that about Blade Runner 2049, and that is pretty damn good. Psychonauts 2 looks fucking gorgeous, I might add. It is just wonderful. If you don't want to actually back the game and play this first playable, you can just watch the video and it'll show you a lot of the mechanics, how they're working it. What is refreshing to see is just how open the studio Double Fine is being about the development of this game, because a lot of companies nowadays, it's very locked down. You can't see anything about how a game is being developed, but they are being incredibly open about it, and it is just lovely to see. I really, really hope this game is good. And finally, a topic that I talk about a lot, Shadow of War. You may well have heard that there's a lot of controversy about its microtransactions. Shock horror. That's the thumbnail. The microtransactions are of course a big sticking point in Shadow of War and gave a lot of negative PR, and in fact, a lot of the reviews are pointing out that the microtransactions they are lowering the score of the reviews because it's getting sort of averaging about a 7.5 I think. But a lot of the reviews suggest that it would get a lot higher rating if the microtransactions, words don't work, weren't actually in the game. What has now been revealed in a rather worrying, not a nice thing, is that to access the true ending of the game, you will face a massive 40 to 50 hour grind post-story or paying for loot boxes. A lot of comments on the story aren't good in general, but once you finish the main story campaign, that is not the actual ending. You have to do 20 instances of defending your strongholds against increasingly powerful enemies, and if you've not leveled your orcs up, then you are facing a hell of a grind. For those of you saying, oh, you should level your orcs up, it isn't specifically stated that that's something you need to do during the story campaign. It's never something that's really brought up, apparently. And, ouch, that is a long time. And there's no sort of story campaign, like cutscenes, no side quest cutscenes, nothing like that in it. You're just grinding and grinding and grinding for a very, very long time just for a cutscene. If it were me, I'd honestly just complete the story campaign and then look the last cutscene up on YouTube, because fuck that noise. The general consensus on the game is that the mechanics and everything like that has been upgraded and considerably just lovely compared to the first game. They've zhuzhed all those things up nicely, but the story and the whole loot box microtransaction thing just let the game down quite a bit. So again, that's something to bear in mind when you look about buying the game, and beware, if you want to actually reach the ending, you're facing a huge grind or you're gonna have to pay, and I hate that. I hate Warner Brothers. Fuck you. And that's the end of this episode of the GC Informer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, subscribe, or share, whatever you fancy. Our social links are down in the description, along with a link to our Discord. If you liked me, I can be found on Twitch at twitch.tv/metalnerddude, or on Twitter at @SnowyDuffield. Stay tuned to GameCast for more gaming content, news, reviews, let's plays, lots of other things, podcasts, lots of fun things that I'm on. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.